everyone, welcome back to this week's Misfit Minute. Remember to like and subscribe and find us in our Facebook group, the Misfit Behaviorists, and we will see you over there. This week's question actually comes from our Facebook group. This was the question: how to deal with an ASD kid who laughs and is distracted when he has to do pencil and paperwork. We use first and then. So as I thought about this the last few days to record this, there are 5 things I kind of quickly processed through that I was thinking about. The first one is to figure out if it's a can't or a won't, and it's something that we've talked about a bunch of times. I'll add the visual into, I think it's already in the Facebook group, but I'll also put in the show notes, how to figure out if something the can't do or a won't do, and that's really the important part. So start by asking, is the skill too hard or is it a motivation issue? If the student lacks the fine motor skills or the writing fluency skills, that would be a can't. And no amount of reinforcement fixes that until you build the skill. So then the second thing would be, if it's a can't, to reduce the demand. That would be to shorten the task, to have somebody scribe for the student, to use alternative response modes like typing or tracing or using stamps or stickers, to focus on the participation first and not the perfection. So that's number 2. 3 would be to build writing tolerance gradually. So using shaping, starting with 1 word, then 2, or start with 1 letter, or tracing just a little piece that, and then build up a little bit to a short sentence or whatever it is, to pair that success with strong and immediate reinforcement to make it feel doable for the student. And so that's 3. So 4, if it's a won't, if you figure out it's not a skill deficit, but it's a motivation issue, check the reinforcement. If the student doesn't care about the then it's not a reinforcer. The first isn't going to matter. So reassess the reward. Might need to be faster. It might need to be bigger. It might need to be more preferred. If the writing task is really important, you want to save those higher reinforcement for that particular task. So think quality and timing and not just the type. That's number 4. And then 5th would be to mix the work with shared turns. This is something I've done a lot over the years with students who are resistant for whatever reason. I think this is really helpful to make the task collaborative. So you write a word, then I'm going to write a word. You write the first letter, then I'm going to do the next 2. Can you do more than me, to make a sort of a game, anything that you can get some engagement with the student? It keeps that momentum and this sort of adds the social reinforcement while still holding the expectation of this is the task that we're doing. So those are the things that I thought about when I heard the question. If you have other questions or ideas for us to talk about or you want to discuss, go on over to our Facebook group and plug in your ideas and your questions over there, and we will see you next time.